Hello everyone, West Ham Irons channel. It's finished. Got everything's going wrong and it got the wrong intro on. Screen's getting all fuzzy, bit like today. My heart is pumping like anything. My heart is pumping big time. Oh god, even got the thing wrong, haven't I? One moment, I'm just gonna have to change this 1 minute. Hang on, everyone, apologies about that. Mate. What can I do? What can I do? 1 minute, mate. 1 minute to sort this fucking thing out. Jesus Christ, what a day. What is going on? What is going on? Just sort this chat bit out. I'm just go from the beginning. Hang on, mate. Yeah, it's kind of finished. Oh, fucking hell, mate. Newcastle 4, West Ham United 3. My heart's pumping. I'm absolutely lost it. I'm absolutely mad about it. We're going to go into a bit more. I just want to go into the chat before I let go. I'm speechless. I'm angry. Really, really pissed off. For me, it's David Moyes' mistake. For me, it's David Moyes all day long. This has happened in the last 2-3 games where we've started well, we're winning. We've got nothing on the bench. There's nothing on the bench to bring on. Antonio apparently can only play 50, 60 minutes. This is why the transfer window, David Moyes should have done something. We've got nothing on the bench. We're playing half a game each game. How much are you going to win playing half a game? We're winning 3-1 up, comfortable. As soon as Antonio goes off, Calvin Phillips comes on again. And this is not the first time. This has happened in every game since the transfer window shut. We got nothing. And I'm fuming. It's David Moyes. It's no one else. He has not used the transfer window stubbornly again. And Calvin Phillips, all right, it wasn't a penalty. He didn't fucking do anything anyway. There's loads of things in the game he didn't do anything. He keeps doing this. He keeps bringing Calvin Phillips on. He's got no striker to bring on. He can't bring Danny Ings on because he can't play by himself. Obama he doesn't believe. Cornet he doesn't like, whatever. There's nothing on the bench. Newcastle had, they made 4 or 5 substitutions? They still had more strikers on the pitch than us, right? First half, Antonio plays up front, which means, like I keep saying, you play with the striker up front. The 3 behind are fine, right? And we're all right, there's issues in defence, of course there is. I get that, right? And when Alvarez doesn't play, our CDMs are pretty shit anyway, right? But if Bowen Kudus Paqueta play behind a fucking striker, we're fine. As shown by the last 4 games in one of the halves. As soon as Antonio comes off, we got no striker, we got no focal point, it's fucking nothing. Bowen Kudus, they retract back, they go deep and deep and deep. We got nothing up front. How can he? It's like, keep saying, it's like driving a car with one tyre missing, one wheel missing. You can't do it. You cannot do this. And David Moyes, it's your fucking fault. It's all his fault. It's plain to see. You cannot fucking keep playing football without anyone up front. It doesn't make any sense. Why does he keep doing it? Why did Calvin Phillips come on? I don't understand. I mean, unless he was going to put Souček up front, he didn't. We had no one up front. We just gave in and gave the whole game away. We just kind of surrendered. We surrendered everything. We did the same against Burnley and all those other fucking games, and I'm sick of it now. It's fucking annoying me to the point where the guy, alright, we can blame VAR and we'll go through that shit later on, but for me, it's just so frustrating for the fans, especially the ones that are going out there. We've caved in and surrendered to a club that are in fucking crisis. They've got a guy who's got done for betting 50 games. They've got every single player's fucking injured. Even Callum Wilson wasn't in the pitch. You can't even blame him. He wasn't not on the pitch, right? And a lot of things the referee done wrong. Of course he did. The second penalty, that was pure robbery. And we need to learn a bit more about that, by the way. We need to be more streetwise. Gordon laughing about it in the face of fucking Phillips and everyone, cracking jokes, right? Who saw that punch that Barnes done on Kufal before Barnes scored any of the goals? He punched Kufal. A lot of the people saw it. I saw it. Kufal didn't go down, didn't make nothing out of it. We don't even have a captain who sees it, goes up. Listen, this is the modern world. This is the modern football. You got to be streetwise about it. I'm sorry, we're not streetwise enough. Harvey Barnes has punched Kufal. I'm telling you. The commentators missed it. No one spoke about it. It's a fucking joke, mate. The referee's a fucking joke, but that's half the story. The real serious story is David Moyes. It's his team, his tactics, his transfer window, and the way he sets the players up. I'm sorry, we got to be more streetwise, much more the way they were. We ain't, right? And fuck it. I didn't even want a draw. A draw is about as a defeat, you know? I've just fucking had enough. Oh, mate. Yeah, Danny Ings comes on with a few minutes left, mate. Mr. Banerjee, Sohan Banerjee, how you doing, sir? Yep, absolutely right, mate. There ain't no subs, Captain Marvel. We do not have any subs, do we? We don't have anything to come on. We're playing with a handicap, and I don't know why we didn't. He's just throwing it all away, game after game after game after game, and the opposition must see it, right? Because West Ham have got nothing to bring on from the bench. You got a striker that's 33, Antonio. He was a bit psyched up for it, a bit motivated for it because of Callum Wilson, and I knew Antonio would do well. He did. Great, took the goal fantastically well. But he's 55, 60 minutes. You're carrying a handicap there that everyone knows about. Got nothing. It's bad. How the fuck did we not know this before what to happen? In the press conference, he's going to go on about the VAR, the referee. Fuck it, I don't want to talk about that. Right? We were 3-1 up, right? 3-1 up, I'm telling you. It isn't right, mate. Absolutely right, Alan. But for me, Alan, the more serious point is, when Antonio went off, mate, it was all one-way traffic, mate, which led to the penalty. And the wave after wave after wave after shot after cross after cross after cross. We had three CDMs in there, Alan, with Calvin Phillips, apparently, and what's his fucking name, Ward-Prowse and Souček. Wave after wave, mate. Right? The three, Paqueta, Kudos, they didn't want to go up front anymore. They didn't want to attack anymore. There's no one they could pass to, hold it up, bring him. They didn't want to do that. The CDM stopped defending, mate, and we just caved in and surrendered, mate. Right? And out of that, the penalty was given, and one or two other things happened, mate. I think it's already there. We'll see what happens, mate. I think we surrendered rather than robbed, Cosmos. I think we surrendered like we surrendered at Burnley, surrendered at Sheffield United, and all those other games I can't be bothered to talk about. Have a look at even the games after the window. From January onwards, have a look at all the games we've surrendered. We virtually play half a game, and that's it, mate. It's happening every game. It's happened all the time, mate. Absolute joke, mate. They're more streetwise, Doghouse. There's a lot of things you have to do. I know we don't like Arsenal or Teta, but there's a lot of things we've got to learn from these people. You've got to play act to get a penalty. I'm sorry, you just have to. Kufal has been punched by Harvey Barnes, and no one even knows about it apart from me and one or two fans that we're watching. It's a shock. Go back and have a look at that, right? They're not going to show it on YouTube. No one wanted to talk about it. So if you've recorded it, it's fucking bad, and then Barnes scores. It's really bad, mate. We've been done over by a more streetwise team, mate. Simple as that. Brilliant, isn't it? And it's not the first time, mate. Yep, not the first time, mate. Yeah, I mean, I don't want to talk about the contract because 1 week he's getting it, 1 week he isn't. I fucking don't know if he's getting it. What we can certainly talk about is that Moyes is really messed things up. Really messed things up game after game. It's just fucking getting on my nerves, mate. Absolutely fucking seriously, mate. Calvin Phillips, it wasn't a penalty. No, I totally agree with that. But he's so slow. He should have seen Gordon coming a little bit and not. He's just not. He's very slow about everything. But the Harvey Barnes second goal, everyone, he brushes past Calvin Phillips to get the shot in. And then you can say, oh, Mavrapano should have stuck his leg out. So there's a lot of things that are wrong that you can see, I can see. You're 3-1 up. Bring Cornet on. Just do something. And Antonio, surely you can get another 20 minutes out of him. Tell him not to run around, but just hang around in there. Or bring Danny Ings on. Just show a bit of balls. Be more ambitious. You're 3-1 up. They're caving in. And you've just given them the keys to the house. Open the door and just rob and take everything out, mate. It's fucking criminal. And it's not the first time it's happened. I'm not fucking going mad for no reason. It's not the first time this has happened. It's criminal. Absolutely criminal, right? It's just fucking hell. I don't get it, mate. You've just clutched bloody defeat from the jaws of... I'm just sick of it, mate. Right. David Moyes did not buy a striker in the summer. Cosmos, are you fucking stupid or something, mate? How many times have I been on about it? We don't have a striker at the club. Somehow, Antonio's fit for one half, and we've seen how good we look. He should have brought a striker on. So when you take someone off, it's a like-for-like replacement, especially a striker. That's so important. You might get away with it if you haven't got a left winger on the bench and you're taking a left winger off. This is a striker, a focal point of the formation. How Paqueta, Kudos and Bowen play in off Antonio, interact with him, put him in, he put someone in, all that kind of thing. You take that guy away from the top of the tree of the formation, there's nothing there. And you've seen this in more than one game. It's not rocket science, mate. This has got to be a joke question, mate. Absolute fucking joke, mate. The players didn't let him in. The formation, it's the tactics, the subs. You're not letting the players win anything. How can you look for a goal if you haven't got a striker anymore? You're naturally getting more and more deep. You're letting them back in the game. No one's got confidence in Calvin Phillips. You see Calvin Phillips coming on. What do you think the players think? Oh, wonderful. Oh, we're really going to win now. He's going to G us up. Substitutions are there as impact players, fast players, intelligent players that make you excited. Oh, yeah, someone's coming on. Let's go for the fourth. Or if you want to defend 2 goals, which Moyes does, you don't do it like this. You don't do it like this, mate. You just fucking absolutely joked. All right, mate. I'm not even going to interact with you anymore, mate. Absolute joke fucking comments, mate. Seriously. Yeah, Cosmos, you're fucking taking a piss or you're just having a joke. Oh, bullshit. Absolute fucking bollocks, mate. Absolute bollocks. The problem is you can't bring Danny Ings on as a like for Antonio because Danny Ings cannot play up front by himself. That, again, it's a better substitution than Phillips, I'll give you that. But again, it's a waste of a time. No ball's going to stick to him. He can't hold it up. He can't make the runs down the channel. He's not that type of player. Goes back to my point again, Mr. David Moyes, in the window, the least you could have done is just buy a striker. Okay, you don't have to tick all the boxes. You can get a cheap guy in who can just hold it up. We just want someone to hold it up. Similar stature, similar strength. There's got to be someone out there. There's got to be someone out there who's a focal point. But this is not acceptable in kind of bringing Calvin Phillips on. Again, Glenn, I think there's so many things we can talk about. VAR, it is a mess, mate. VAR is a mess. The referee was a mess. The play acting is a mess. The cheating that Newcastle are doing, it's a mess. But it's the modern game, my man, and we got to learn. We got to learn. And I go back to it again. And Barnes should not been on that pitch to score the second goal. I can't remember if he got the first goal by then, but he's punched Kufal, mate. That's a straight red. That is a straight red, mate. You know, there's lots of things that are going on there, mate. I think that's part of the story, but I think the more serious story is the Calvin Phillips substitution for me. Again, I'm not personally blaming Calvin Phillips for the penalty. It wasn't a penalty for me. I get that, but there were other things to his game he just didn't do right. He just let players brush past himself, and it's not the first time. It's either he gets involved in a penalty issue or he gets sent off. It's the worst thing I've seen game to game from anyone. Absolutely joking, mate. Yeah, that's it, John, mate. Didn't see anything. Absolutely right, mate. Absolutely right, Cosmos. Newcastle have got so many injuries. I think they've got something like 10, 11 players out. And they still had more strikers on the pitch than us. I even forgot about Harvey Barnes. I was thinking, oh, he's injured so much, he's probably not even on the bench. But they, after 3-4 subs, then he came on. And Almiron came on and off. And they still were just, it was one-way traffic, mate. It was embarrassing, and it was just waiting to happen, and I kind of knew this was going to happen anyway. Absolutely right, mate. Absolutely right. I'm just going to start from the bottom now. Yep, Peter, I'm the same. Soon as Calvin Phillips came on and Antonio came off, I knew we were going to draw or lose. I knew it. I just knew it because it's happened in the last 3-4 games. Same thing has happened, mate. The momentum goes, the players' morale goes. They see Calvin Phillips coming on, and you go, why? What is going on? You've given the game away. You've surrendered, like I said. Capital S, you have surrendered the war. Here's the keys. Come in, march over the border, take everything what you want. It's criminal. It's criminal. Of course, VAR was a little bit. We were 3-1 up. There's no excuse. There's no excuse. He just doesn't know how to manage a game, David Moyes. He just doesn't know. When we're suddenly winning 2-goal lead, he doesn't know what to do. He don't know what to do, mate. Absolutely doesn't know what to do. Absolutely, Lee. You get it. I get it. Absolutely David Moyes' fault. David Moyes' fault, mate. And it all goes back to the transfer window I keep saying. You got to buy 1 or 2 strikers. Because if you want to play 4-2-3-1, you like that formation, fair enough. A manager likes the formation. It works okay for him most often than not. But you got to play 1 up front. Otherwise, what are you doing? What are you doing? It just doesn't make sense, mate. You can't, Gary, can you? How can you play football without a striker? It's like playing without a goalkeeper. How can you do it? And you clearly saw after Antonio went off, Bowen didn't want to play. Bowen wasn't even in there. He didn't even bother. And Pelqueta didn't even bother. And then you thought, oh, okay, you're going to push Souček up front. Souček went even more deep. We basically just went all behind the ball for no reason. And we're over them. So we've just said, oh, here's the ball. Just keep coming at us. Keep crossing it. Crowd got more and more wild. And we got what we deserved, a good spanking. We got our trousers taken down and whooped in the backside, mate. Absolutely got everything what we deserved. Fucking sick of it. Who's fucking calling me now? Oh God, the missus going on about it. Fucking absolute joke, mate. My heart was pumping, Peter. I was like, when you get really angry, you don't know what to do, and you got to calm down. I was like, and I just knew it. Before, when the third went in, I knew it. The fourth went in, I knew it. I just knew it. And watch the last 4 games. At least watch the last 4 games, and this has happened in all the games. Same thing, mate. It's really bad, and I think, mate, the thing is, the Phillips deal is very, very expensive. It's a very expensive deal, I think, when they add it all up, mate. Yeah, that's why, look at Cornet. Cornet's not a David Moyes signing, nor is Danny Ings, right? And they're not going to get a look in. But this man, Calvin Phillips, he's a David Moyes signing, makes mistake after mistake after mistake. And I'm not on about the penalty, I'm on about other things in his game. Keeps bringing him back on. And look at all the other players you've seen, like, they do one thing wrong, Moyes will never look at them again. Never look at them again, mate. Seriously. It is. I've had enough, Paul. I've absolutely had enough, mate. Seriously. We got Tottenham on Tuesday. God knows what'll happen, mate. God knows. Absolutely, mate. The thing is, the commentators, they're not even they're really anti-West Ham as well. They're not even saying anything. They're just like, why are you there? Stick your neck out. That's why I like people like Roy Keane and Graham Souness and Matthew Letizia, Paul Merson, who are no longer on TV a lot. They used to say it the way it is. All these commentators now, they just sit on the fence. They don't say anything. That penalty was outrageous. And as soon as it was given, Gordon's laughing. He's laughing in everyone's faces. You can see it. And Barnes has punched Kufal. And Kufal's not said anything about it. Zuma's not seen it, right? And then Barnes has carried on the aggro, and then kind of Kufal is just this is going like that. You've done this to me, and no, apart from me and a few of my mates, who I said, "Did you just see what I saw?" And they said, "We did." So I don't know if you guys completely missed it. I don't know. It is. Oh, Pam, listen, I've got some gardening work to be done. I'm fuming, and I haven't even drunk anything. I'm on the orange juice. I'm going to go out in the garden, cut a few trees. I've got a few things to do. I'm really, really angry, and really, really angry. Really, really angry. Because it's happened a lot. It's happened a lot. If it's a one-off, I can handle one-offs. I can handle a bad day at the office. I can handle David Moyes has got a fucking hangover or something. I can handle it. But what I can't handle is there's a squad there. We haven't got a squad. You can't go into half a season, the business end of a season, with no subs of any credible substance on the bench. You can't do that. You got a guy who can't run more than 55, 60 minutes. What are you going to do then? What are you going to do? You're going to bring Johnson on. You're going to bring Ings Cornet on. There's nothing there. So how can between Sullivan, David Moyes, Tim Starton, how the hell they wasted a whole month not doing anything? And then they ended up with Calvin Phillips, who, Jesus Christ, mate, Jesus. It's really, really it's unbelievable. I mean, I don't know what's going to happen in the Europa, right? But the way the Premier League has been, we were fairly comfortable in 6th place in December. If you remember, we somehow won those hard games in December. I think we had a 5-6 point cushion over Man United, Brighton, all them lot. And then all we had to do was buy a fucking striker. We were all right. Didn't do any of it. And now we're struggling now. Bowen has been, like, Paqueta playing 2 international games back to back, even though they kind of looked all right. And little bit of run out of gas in the second half, because he can't interchange any of them. You're going to keep banging them into the ground every single game, and sooner or later Bowen's going to get a bit of a groin, Paqueta's going to get a bit of an ankle injury. It's just fucking mental. We can all see it. We can all see it as pure amateurs. We ain't got a clue about what David Moyes knows, technically, right? But he just doesn't listen to anyone, and oh, mate, and I can't cope with any more windows of David Moyes. It's painful. It's fucking painful, mate. Are we going to buy him? Are we not going to buy him? Are we going to sell him? Are we not? What the hell are we going to do, mate? Fucking absolute bonkers, mate. It's fucking Stefan. It's a joke, mate. It's absolutely a joke. Bang on. It's not the first time. Yeah, it's not the first time, mate. Yeah, absolute joke, mate. Absolute jokey. I'm like, I might need a tablet, mate. Oh, mate. Seriously, I need to go out there, get some fresh air and just get away from it all, mate. As soon as that game finished, I had to change the channel. I don't even want to, I'm not watching no interviews. I don't want nothing to do with football at the moment. I might watch that game in the evening. I'm going to go out in the garden. I just need to, seriously, I never get stressed about anything. And since David Moyes has come into our club, I'm fucking pulling my hair out. It's really stressing me out. It's fucking mad, mate. Absolute bonkers. Scott, mate, I don't know, mate. Seriously. There's so many things wrong at the club. But I get you the ground. I fucking hate the ground. Owners are a pain in the arse. Managers, stubborn little shit. And despite that, yeah, we got 60,000 fans that turn up every game, mate. They're not going to do that. Oh, mate. Bo, we're not going to do that, are we? Oh, mate, seriously. The sun's shining out there. The rain has stopped. Nice bank holiday Easter weekend. And Mr. Moisey, matey. I know, mate. Absolute shocking, mate. I would go as far to say that I would even bring Danny Ings on and then just tell Antonio to stay out there. He's not going to die 20, 30 minutes. He's a bit of a, he knows a little bit about fitness and things like that. Just do that. 2 up front, have the balls, go for the 4, fuck them up. But we're not good at this. Like you said, when we go defensive, we're not good at it. We're really bad at it. And we went 1-0 down and we're still a bit deep, but luckily we got them on the break, didn't we? Antonio made a difference, right? Being a striker up there, mate. That's the thing, Peter, the one I call the business end of the season, where the squad really is used to the maximum ability when your local stars like your Bowen, Paquetas, Kudos, you're able to take them off after 70 minutes with like-for-like replacement, freshen it up, keep the whole squad motivated. But what you don't do is you ain't got a striker, you got bench, but you're never going to put them on, or they're not the right people, and you're good players where half 5, 6 are, you're going to keep playing them into the ground every single game. You're not going to give them a break. You're not going to bring them off early. It's absolutely flipping annoying. I mean, if you remember the Alvarez card in a European game, I believe we were 5-0 up and Alvarez was still on the pitch and then he got booked. Moyes is mad. He ain't got Scooby about managing anything or bringing anything on, but oh, mate, Tottenham going to know, innit? What second half, what we're going to do? We've got nothing to come on. Nothing like that. It's absolute. Listen, mate, I think Paqueta's gone and he's so good. I think Paqueta's gone and he good little assist from him. Yeah, absolutely right, mate. I can't explain it, Centurion. I can't explain it. I can't explain, mate. It's just and it's the same thing, copy and paste last 3-4 games. Same problem. Go early, go into the lead, look comfortable. Again, nothing on the bench, does the same bench, and then we all just like domino effect, isn't it? We just collapse, mate. It's over, really. I mean, in summary, we know the first team that's out there. So when Antonio plays, again, listen, Antonio's great, bright, but he ain't the solution for me, Antonio. Antonio is not the long-term solution for me and never has been. But what it does tell me is that put okay striker up there and the three behind are world class. So put an okay strike. It doesn't have to be spectacular striker in this formation. Put someone in there similar to Antonio, a bit younger, slanky type, or even lower if you can't afford him. Would be so much better. It's because all that striker has to do is just wait for the chance. Kudus is going to put him in. Bowen's going to put him in. You've seen Paqueta. He put anyone in 10 times a game. That he got it all there. And then Alvarez CDM. And then I don't like Souček that much. Ward-Prowse is okay, not ideal, but it's okay, right? But and then you can see it, right? But then you take a complete striker out the lineup, then it all collapses like dominoes. And what you don't do is play 3 CDMs against a team that is struggling, and they kind of knew what was going to happen. They're just waiting to go down. We got the ability to cross it, corner after corner, dive, pay a bit streetwise, win a few penalties, wind them up, punch a few of their players in, job done, 4-3 win, thank you, man, wham, bam, thank you, man, mate. That is, right? And then also VAR. Yeah, VAR is still, I don't know how that second is a penalty. Whether someone will talk about it in match day, probably not. This is a non-top 6, non-top 4, top 6 game. No one gives a fuck. If it was Man United, Liverpool, Man City, Arsenal, fucking be all over the place. They'll have a half an hour introduction chat with all the people. No one's going to talk about it, right? So, and you can see it. You can see it in the second half of seasons where they don't want any clubs outside that golden group to do well. You can see that. And it's happened season after season. Happened in the Payet season when we were heading towards Champions League. I remember that game at Arsenal, Upton Park, the 3-3, the Andy Carroll hat trick. We got 2 perfectly good goals chalked off. So all these things are going to happen, to conspire against you. And how do you beat it? You got to be more streetwise. It's not good. If someone fouls you, you got to roll around. You just got to do it. You got to have a vocal captain, a vocal manager, a vocal backroom team. If something's on the pitch, you just got to pressurise that fourth official. You got to pressurise the referee. You got to roll around. You got to do it. Paqueta does it. People knock him. I fucking more of it. I don't give a shit. Whatever's a benefit for the game to win the game, fucking do it. It's not nice, but the referee doesn't give anything. If you don't roll around, you don't get anything, right? All those things that David Moyes should be a winning manager should pick up, right? Have a good squad, rotate, do good subs, rotate the bench. Have streetwise people, have a vocal captain, all those things we haven't really got. But we got 4 or 5 really good players that more often than not, in half the game anyway, we're doing really, really well. And we're collapsing. And the word's going to go around that they ain't got no bench. Keep them quiet first half. They got fuck all to bring on. That's as good as it's going to get. We have thrown away points after points after points in every single game nearly since Christmas. Since that transfer window closed, we've given up game after game after game. Absolute joke. Absolute joke. The situation with Calvin Phillips is so bad I didn't realise. I think he's going to have to sold to a championship team, I don't think he's good enough to play for any Premier League. Whether that's the injury, it's the psychological, that kind of thing. He's not right. He's not right. There's something wrong with him, and luckily we haven't signed him permanently, but it's a very expensive signing. Having thought about it, it's a complete waste of a loan signing. We didn't need him. And then we didn't want to pay 10-15 million for that left winger that played in Denmark, if you remember. But I bet you when you add up the loan fee and the wages of Calvin Phillips it's going to cost about as much as what it would have been to bring that kid in, and he wouldn't have been any worse than him. It's just stupid things we're doing. Even with Tim Starting coming in and his brother and a great scouting team that's getting bigger Rob Newman's still there. You got Noble watching over the academy and giving his 2 bobs worth in this so-called transfer committee we've got. We're still fucking up. Still fucking up, mate. Definitely, mate. Definitely. It's that question, like I said, I can't go into anymore, isn't it, Bola? I can't go into it. I can't go into discussing if he's going to get a contract or not. I can't go into if he's going to get sacked or not, because I don't know. We don't know how this club operates. They rarely do these things. I think he's there till the end of the season. He's more likely still to get a contract on. I don't know. So there's not really. I don't want him there. That's me, isn't it? I don't want David Moyes there. I want a younger manager there who's got really good. But the worry is, Bolo, we've hung on to David Moyes for another year. Rice has gone. Paqueta's more than likely to go. Can we hold on to Bowen? Can we hold on to Kudos? Even Alvarez, I think people are looking at Alvarez, mate. He's one of the best CDMs already. That's my worry, and it's a risk. It's a risk. The more, and we're losing a lot of players. I think Kofal's not agreeing a contract. But he's kind of the wrong age anyway. Good lad, but Kofal's could be gone. Johnson's on the way out. Mabuma's going. Benrahma, yeah. There's a lot of problems with the squad. So whoever comes in, new manager, technical recruiters, a scouting team, there's so many issues, and you shouldn't have that many problems when you've won a trophy. You've been in the top 7, top 8. You've been given a good amount of money by the board. You've been in charge for 8, 9, 10 transfer windows. You shouldn't leave that much of shit behind. It just tells you he hasn't even got proper first team coaches behind him. They leave him every year. There's a lot of problems out there. A lot of problems. Don't forget, he's been given a lot of money. It's a very expensively assembled, largely first 11 team, which... and there's no reason why we haven't got a bench. You should have used the money in a better way, more sparing way, really. And if you were going to get rid of Benrahma and all those players on loan, or not use Cornet or any, then you should have rotated them. It's just fucking madness, mate. Madness. Yeah, absolutely, mate. Absolutely. Scott's in the house, Scott. But Scott, what we don't know is David Moyes is after the Fulham managers, after the Crystal Palace manager's gone, he's the most experienced, I think. So he knows he's got phone numbers for every manager, every club. They talk to each other. They know about these things. How's he doing? All that kind of thing, Should have known, but then he just said, "Oh, Calvin Phillips, I've been after him for 2 years. I wanted him when Rice was here. They played together. He's a good lad. He's a leader. He's very popular at the dressing room, but that's all right. Bring him in. But I didn't know that he's the only one you're going to bring in. I didn't know that Calvin Phillips was the only one that's going to come in. I thought there's going to be a striker coming in. There's going to be a left winger coming in. There's going to be 1 or 2 young players to help the back 4, back 5. I didn't know that the whole of the window we're just going to sign Calvin Phillips, and we didn't even need him then, did we? We already had 3, 4 players in the CD. If we needed a CDM, then I would have recalled Downs back from Southampton. I would have called him back. Downs ain't going to be... I know Downs ain't the answer, but Downs ain't as bad as Calvin Phillips, is he? What he would have been all right. This is complete shit show. There's no excuses for David Moyes. And what he's done today, David Moyes, like I keep saying, he's done it over and over again without no results. He's done this over and over again. Same shit, Either you make the wrong subs or you don't bring anyone on. It's fucking mad, mate. It's mad. I mean, absolute joke, mate. Exactly, mate. Absolutely exactly right. Same at Burnley. Same in that Europa first leg against Freiburg, mate. I think he brought a striker on after 80 odd minutes or something. Absolute joke, mate. Yeah, that's about it, mate. Yeah, I've had enough, mate. I've had enough. Seriously, I've had enough. I think that's going to be it from me. I think I can't handle any more, mate. Like I said, in summary, it's on Moyes largely. Yes, VAR was wrong and 1 or 2 other things and stuff like that. I don't blame the players at all. I don't blame anyone. He sets up the formation. It is what it is, mate. I don't blame anyone. It's just, you do well, you get yourself into 3-1 position, and then you find, oh, taking the striker off, bringing CDM. You're kind of giving the game away, aren't you? Yeah, that's it, mate. I just want to put something out there before I finish off, because I'm not going to put any more comments on. There's going to be a show going on in the coming up and coming days from a good West Ham friend called Peter Singh on Facebook. He runs animal rescue charity in Portugal. Does a great job. A lot of dogs are abandoned there, and he's got 47 dogs living with him. I think he's got 47 dogs living with him. There's going to be a live West Ham related memorabilia live on his Facebook page on the 8th of April, 8 p.m. We'll try to cover it on this channel if we can. I've given him some items as well. So I'm going to be doing a show with him in the next couple of days to highlight the items, what he does. So please support him. He does an amazing job. I don't know how he does it. So he was going to come on the show today, but he'll come on. We'll do a totally fresh show for it, really. So, yeah, I mean, have a look at it. Search for Peter Singh on Facebook. Join up for the auction and just monitor what he does. Great charity that is, and yeah, definitely should do as much as we can, really. I'll check one of the final messages in the chat. Oh mate, come on. Oh mate, he's draining me. Oh, I got things to do in the garden, mate. I can't really add any more, mate. I can't add any more to what I said. It's David Moyes. It's a transfer window. It's no striker. It's a poor bench. Very old team. No rotation. No team tactics of any great note, mate. It's simple as that. It's like winning 3-1, 2-1, 2-0, like we have been in that position, and then literally just taking one person off and playing with 10 men. And you saw the problems Newcastle had. They had injury after injury. They're on the floor, Newcastle. Mate, absolutely. Yeah, I mean, I had 3 tickets before, and I'm not interested, mate. I'm not interested in renewing, mate. Yeah, I mean, I am not interested anyway. It is what it is. I will be switching my football brain off, because yeah, it's going to make me. If someone took my blood pressure, it'll be through the roof. It'll be fucking through the roof. Yeah, so I'm not really interested in any of that, really. But yeah. You guys have a good weekend, what's left of it. Try not to think about West Ham. Spend some good time with your family and friends. Have some good food, good drink. Do some gardening, springs around the corner. Things, I'm telling you, people get stressed. Too much stress out there in life, not good for you. Moyes, fuck off. Get out of the club, you fucker. I had enough of him anyway. So, yeah, that's it from me. Yeah, we'll do another show if we need to. But, mate, fucking doesn't deserve my time, the cunt. I'm just going to have a look at the chat. Any final? No problem, mate. No problem. Lee's on the Lee. No, not really, Lee, because again, Lee, it goes back to, I don't understand why the dressing room hasn't deliberately lost that 1 or 2 games acquired for the board to wake up and consider sacking him, mate. It's not a nice thing to say, but I don't understand why the players, especially the first half and half in all the games, more often than not, they're doing really well for him in half the game, and he doesn't help them, right? I don't get it, mate. It's like you said. It's like I said, to get a free kick penalty with VAR, you got to cheat. If you want a manager sacked, the board ain't going to do it until the players start to lose a few games, 3-4 in a row. The board ain't going to do it. We could see it that he should be gone, but the timing's not really right now, Lee. I don't know who's going to come in this late. Okay, you can give the keys to Noble, to Kevin Keane, one of the coaches. I think that'll work well till the end of the season. I think that'll be fine. But then we still don't have a striker in the squad, do we? Moyes has fucked us over. Got nothing, mate. So that is still going to be a problem. You got to play 2 up front with Ings. Mubama's confidence is gone. I don't know if he's really going to be the cutting edge. And then you're carrying Antonio game, half a game to 1 half in every game, mate. It's a lot of problems, but I can't see it at the moment, mate, because the team is... They're not going to lose 4 in a row, are they, Lee, to get him out? We're in the quarterfinals. I don't think he's going to get sacked, mate, for those reasons possible. It is what it is, mate. But anyway, you guys take care and we'll catch up soon. Thanks again.